Hello. 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 I'm over here now. This music is very relaxing. This is very chill. This is a very chill energy. I like this title screen. I like this main menu. I think I saw this game before a while ago, but I think I forgot about it. Um, but I saw a review of it today that said it was the best Disco Elysium like game since Disco Elysium, and I'm like, bet. I'm liking the words I'm hearing. I'm liking these. I'm liking these words that you're saying. So, I figured instead of doing some World of Warcraft today, I would start a new game of Esoteric Ebb, which is apparently a very loose D&D 5th edition kind of game, but it has more in common with Disco Elysium than it does with D&D. It is very reactive, very open, very political. So we will be engaging in politics, and also very, very funny, apparently. So that'll be fun. I don't know if it's voiced or not, so I guess we'll find out. I'm pretty much completely blind on the game. I've never seen any real gameplay of it. I don't have any idea about the general plot except for there's some mystery I need to solve. I know a few bits and pieces about the world that was written in the review, which I assume are not spoilers because they were in a review. So, yeah, it was very lovely, and I'm glad that you're comfortable. I've got myself a nice beverage. I've had myself a little sandwich to fill my tum-tums. We're just gonna get into it, I suppose. Apparently it's developed by one guy with collaborators. It's developed by Christopher Bodegard. Bodegard, maybe? I'm not sure what the kind of accent is. Bodegard. And there were collaborators, people that helped him with the development of the game. So, but overall, it's a single person thing, which is very interesting and also very impressive because if you're not aware, Disco Elysium's developer, Zaum, whatever, however you pronounce it, is infamously like exploded after Disco Elysium. Like the developer infamously shred itself into little bits and splintered into various sub factions and different companies. Like the writers went off to one place and the original like creator of the setting went to a different place, and the CEO stayed in charge of like Zaum and hired new developers who are now making a new game that looks and acts almost exactly like Disco Elysium, and everyone's trying to make their own new Disco Elysium game that's the real successor. So the fact that this is just one guy gives me hope that that will not happen to this. this is okay. Christopher will get to keep his game and his setting and all of his stuff, because what's happened with Disco Elysium is crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely fucking bananas. But we're gonna do it. So we're gonna hit new game, and I don't know if there's like a. Oh, I guess we'll find out. Let's get into it. Let's go. Okay, so there is a bit of a character creation. I have to choose my stats. 6 for 6 standard D&D stats: strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Constitution is starting at 8, and I can't lower it any more than that. How dare you make me choose between me and mother? Well, this is the thing, Fish. You're capable of having 2 windows open. Whether you're capable of paying attention to 2 different things, that's up to you. But you're able to have 2 windows open. You don't need to choose. Okay, so this is the background focus gives me a bonus. I see. Punching bag. Alright, let me see. Law uses roll. And I can make proficiency in things as well. Okay. So I can take proficiency in 2 things. That's a cool picture. The cleric's unique take on strength. Every shepherd knows the song, it bellows up the river. Earth lives in that slither of land. Torna's lament, folk prayer. Strength measures your natural bodily prowess alongside a testosterone-fueled mindset. As a man, it is only proper for you to hone your figure and its capabilities. But why? The search for meaning is as vital as the struggle towards competency. Luckily, you already know your cause. To protect the innocent, to lead the weak, to sacrifice until nothing but your bones hit the pavement, to literally die. Become a zealot, regain your honor, set out on your divine mission. Higher strength allows you to equip extra items. Be violent and or manly, useful in encounters. Religious fervor and aesthetic nationalism. Increased manhood. A high-strength cleric votes for the party of Norvik. Prays to his dead god. Uses brute force on puzzles. Punches big bad evil guys in the face. Wants to become a real human hero. Loves quest. Simple as. A low-strength cleric is a weak sniveling rat. Bows down to anyone stronger. Can't handle the banter. Gives up when the going gets tough. Is afraid of women. Doesn't care about quests. We're having a very different vibe. Don't worry, it's very different energies. They're having big competition hours, but I'm learning about strength and how it impacts the cleric. Okay, so strength is, scary. Dexterity. It is imperative to simply explain to these people they have the right to choose. Belief in oneself is just. Wealth is built from within. Meriadoc Moonwatch. Sights beyond reeds. Dexterity measures natural reactivity, balance, and poise. The haste with which you express a witty remark, or notice a nervous glance, and of course your ability to gracefully avoid the consequences of your actions. It's all about risk versus reward. It is that feeling of self-preservation when everything falls apart around you. To grab as much as you can while the grabbing's good. To progress towards a new future, full of freedom, so those who look out for themselves can prosper and survive. I promise you, no one else will. With enough dexterity, you can steal anything. Pick locks and sneak and dodge traps, and roll initiative and react quickly as a dashing rogue. Become rich as a Republican revolutionary. Just run away, dummy. A high dexterity cleric votes for the revolutionary free striders. Collects piles of shiny coins. Acts first in every encounter. Avoids trouble before it brews. always has a witty reply, looks out for himself, takes big risks and wins every time. A low dexterity cleric takes big risks and fails every time. Doesn't notice anything in time, stumbles over his own feet, drops the ball, figuratively and literally, is slow, mentally and physically, is dirt poor. Very embarrassing. Okay. Constitution. Always listen to your hungry stomach. The hedonists, a blind manifesto. Constitution measures your natural stamina, both mental and physical. It's how much you can take before going down. The world is harsh and unforgiving. It will beat you to a pulp with words and sticks. So listen to your gut, the instinct that kicks in when you're standing at the pit. It is the voice that speaks nothing but bodily truth. Every choice you make, every emotion you accumulate, can be traced back to the lower half of that stomach of yours. Follow it. Retain the mortality of fleshy logic. Simple, easy, truthful. Constitution is needed for hit points. Control your body and its esoteric connection. Okay. I don't know what that is. Your political party polled 2% last week, and you don't care. Pain is good for you. A high constitution cleric keeps forgetting there's an election. Focuses on the good things in life. Is tougher than entropy. Keeps his neuroticism in check. Talks with the spirits in the walls. Listens to his gut. Is already dead. A low constitution cleric will die. Panics over everything. Listens to his gut. And is wrong. Has no control of his bodily functions. Can't handle the pain. Has no special connection with walls. Intelligence. A glorious design. Let those who learn lead, through merit of ability and nothing else. Lord Phileas Prax, Autobiography Prax. Intelligence measures your ability to recall, store, and process information. It is the logical receptacle and calculator. It is only proper for you to hone this pulsating mass within your skull. But why? Simple, pure, unadulterated ego. Knowledge rules the world, so too shall you one day lead the weak. Bring your genius to the masses. If they do not bow, they do not deserve you. You know everything about the past. Therefore, it is only rational you will truly know the future as well. Enlighten the ignorant masses. Higher intelligence lets you prepare more spells. Think, plan, and execute an actual plan. Complete the magicratic return. Vote for yourself. Be a genius without peers. Vote for yourself is crazy. A high intelligence cleric votes for the best wizard, you. Despises and envies the gods. Solves every mystery with ease. Masters arcane magic. Spouts historical facts for hours. Is dismissive towards those lesser. Knows everything. A low intelligence cleric knows nothing. Is both ignorant and confident. Oh no. Makes up tidbits to seem smart. Is barely sentient. Cannot intentionally solve mysteries. Is an idiot. Duh. Wisdom. Oh, that's cool. Heart with wings and eyes. What's Constitution again? I didn't see it. Oh, it's the gut with a mouth. Fun. It's all your organs. The large crumble upon their heavy forms. The mystical falter at the crucial point. The small rise to the occasion. Halfweed's poem. Wisdom measures your awareness, intuition, and ability to understand the world around you. To feel it. You want to be my dedicated fan? Dedicate these nuts. You may not know why, but meeting the gaze of another grants you an empathic bond with her. With the world. Oh. Her wants and fears, her dreams and hopes. You can read people, for good or bad, and pick up details others would pass by. It is your belief in the heart of all folk, to give and share what you have, and be completely and utterly selfless. It is the only true road to redemption. Gods only know how hard you try. It's the good guy stat. Higher wisdom lets you empower your spells. Be kind and see the good in all folk. Egalitarian hope of the Asgalian working class. There are no big bad evil guys. A high wisdom cleric votes for the Asgalian Workers' Party. Hates nothing except hierarchies. Embraces his feminine side. Follows his bleeding heart. Masters primal magic. Reads body language like a champ. Notices all details. A low wisdom cleric is an oblivious fool. Misreads cues all the time. Does not think about the lower class. Does not get people. Fails at spotting traps. Is not aware of where he is. Like, what's going on here? I'm so confused. There's nothing. Can't even see. You don't even get to see. Charisma. Oh. That's an interesting one. Masks on masks. Those who believe in democracy have a wonderful view of folk. To think them capable of making rational and informed decisions devoid of personal bias and emotional conduct. It is, frankly, inspiring. Nicholas Darrow, Memoirs of a Statesman. Charisma measures your eloquence, confidence, and ability to navigate social situations of any kind. In short, it is the force of your unkempt personality, but they don't need to know that. Smooth talk your way into any position of your liking. You can be affiliated with any known faction or thought. Reality is molded around your will. Like a chameleon, become a social operator. Become anything you need to make everyone finally love you. Aww. With high charisma, you get an automatic discount in select stores near you. Win every conversation. Say the right thing. Say whatever gets people to like you and become an apolitical force of nature. Be arguably sociopathic. High charisma cleric votes for whatever makes him popular. Was socialized as a child. Knows what to say to win favors. Can actually flirt with some baddies. Loves to mind control people. Sees truth as a suggestion. Has no soul. A low charisma cleric isn't very likable. Doesn't know how to act with people. Fumbles the baddies. Fears conversations. Is like the opposite of a skilled orator. Has no style. And what do we got background? You're a farmer's son who grew up in the city. Of course you'd be an outcast. It took time, but eventually you figured out how to cope with it. Oh, these are different birthdays as well. Troll killer. You don't remember it, but you know well how your father died. Sometimes it motivated you. Sometimes it felt impossible to live up to. Oh. So, like, your father would kill trolls, but then died to one? Kiosk kid. Fucking meme picture. Your mom wasn't around a lot, so to keep you out of trouble, she forced you to get a post-school job. You still despise the smell of newspapers. Lore enthusiast. Spending time alone in the city, you often ended up in the Darrowian library. A strange history of Jaws' realm was a constant companion to you. 11 p.e. Do I not have a birthday? Huh. Just a year. What does that mean? 11 PW, 12 PW, 13 PE? What? What does that mean? Inevitably, you ended up with the wrong crowd. You quickly picked up on the slang and radical terminology, doing anything to get real friends. Have I lied about my age? Is that what that is? Little weirdo. You were a novelty to them. The boy who would do or say anything for their attention, for their approval. After 2 or so years, you got quite good at it. As Gallist activist. Local rally stopped by fascist landlord. Your friends soon introduced you to the rebellious belly of Norvik. As a teenager, you spent years spreading chaos, and worse, dwarf propaganda. Oh, dwarves communists? That's great. Earthguard recruit. After your arrest, there wasn't much arguing about it. 3 grueling years in training drilled on the city code and virtues, but you survived. One friend. You really ever only prayed for that one thing during those lonely years? But the gods did not answer, so you learned to manage, as always. Oh. You just wanted one friend. That's so sad. Acolyte. Your knack for scribing got you a promotion to the clerical duties. Picked out of the ranks, you quickly showed deep devotion to your divine city. Tower Apprentice. There's a lot of backgrounds. Joining the Towers is an honor bestowed upon few. It is also a terrible challenge, even for you. Who'd have thought lectures were so draining? Arcane Prodigy. For the first time in your life, you were a natural. You've always known a few cantrips, but real magic was something else. It was power. Palace Pawn. As a rising talent, you often found yourself amidst the politicking of superiors, despite your best efforts. It never ended well for you. Faithful Harbinger. Doesn't have a birthday. There's something wrong. Praying to a dead god whose whispers linger in the air, slowly fading. You are isolated among your peers. Esoteric expert. You spent most nights seeking esoterical insight. A lonely life. Your findings were unwanted by those in charge, yet you did not stop. Never. Revolutionary scribe. Disillusionment. A city with ideals not upheld. One day you chose a side. The emerging democracy. You wrote day and night for change and glory. That's fun. Abject apostate. No one likes you. When you were demoted for dereliction, no one spoke up against it. But it's fine. You'll be fine. After all, you're used to it. Damn. Damn. Dead cleric. Growing up alone, getting into trouble, training with the Earthguard, devoting your life and becoming a cleric. Was it always supposed to end in the river? Huh? Why is that the last one? +3 wisdom? Some of these are fascinating. This is fascinating. This is fascinating. March 25th. Just March? Why are all the other months fancy fantasy names? But then that's just March. What is this calendar? $27 PE. What is the PE? Like, sometimes it's PE, sometimes it's PW. I guess I'll learn out. I guess I'll learn when I play the game. But, like, this is very interesting. Okay. I'm gonna go with Dead Cleric. I'm gonna go Big Wisdom. I think Wisdom would be fun. So I'm going Big Wisdom. We can take it all the way to 18, baby. Maybe Constitution as well. And then try and even out everything else a little bit. Okay, so if I want Big Wisdom, I have to have something bad. It seems right. I feel like this is kind of what I would do for if I was playing an actual cleric. Maybe I'll put that down to there, have that up a little bit. Constitution can go down to 12, and we'll have Charisma up to 10. I'm very clumsy, and I'm a bit dumb, but I'm very wise. I've got some strength. Wouldn't those also be your IRL stats? I don't know if I am offended by you saying that I have no dexterity or intelligence. I'm a little... Go to your room. Go to your room. I can actually make the dexterity even clumsier. I can be super fucking clumsy. Big clumsy. Big clumsy. big clumbo. Alright, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. Proficiency in Constitution and Wisdom. A little bit of strength just to keep me along the way. Very average Charisma. Dumb. Clumbo. Let's go. 5 days until the first ever election. Wow. An explosion erupts at the heart of the city. No one wants to deal with it, so they send you. The clumsiest cleric in the city, one with incredibly deep esoteric insight. Complete your quests in any order. Don't be afraid to make interesting choices. And remember to love everyone, no matter what. The campaign will take you from level 1 to 6. We'll play for about 5 to 8 sessions. It's been a journey to put this together. I hope you have a good time. Chris. And only 6 decks? Don't try to steal anything, okay? Okay. Thanks, Chris. Okay. Little glowy ball. Oh. Draw. Truth and nothing else, a voice declares. What is your name? Ragan. Your name is Ragan. Ragan? Huh, doesn't sound right. I guess I say Ragan? It's my name, Ragan. Correct. You answer. Another question from the darkness. What is your occupation? As if it matters. Huh. Thanks, wisdom. You are dead. Oh. I don't want to be dead. If you do, if you can embrace it, do so. Look around. Your senses reach out into the void, a glimmer dangling far, far away. A string of existence. Ooh. What's an occupation in this context? Work. Getting paid for labor. Makes sense. What's my job? Didn't you have a job? Something really important. Your class. Oh, my class. Tell the voice about your class. What class am I? Lower class. Oh. I don't want to be lower class. You're a city cleric. Nothing more. Definitely a cleric. Your true calling. Class conflict? What was that? Takes a while before the next question is posed. What is your current goal? We need to find out who blew up the tea shop. And most importantly, for what nefarious purpose? The Goblin Chieftain. She needs you. What? A tea shop exploded. Why all these questions? To find the Goblin Chieftain, is that right? A tea shop exploded? Unfortunately, yes. That's not good. I like tea shops. Great, I hate tea shops. They should be banned. I don't have any strong opinions on tea shops. In fact, I never think of them at all. I like tea shops. I think tea shops are nice. I don't like tea, but I think tea shops are nice. Let me swap my face around. Hang on. Where's my guy? Are you my guy? No, you're not my guy. Are you my guy? You're not my guy. Are you my guy? This my guy. Hello, my guy. We're gonna put you over there. And we're gonna give you a little flip. Can we do that? Can I flip you? Transform. Flip. Oh no, I'm upside down. There we go. I'm over here now. I'll be over here until I don't need to be over here. Yeah, I like tea shops. They are lovely, yes. You may ruminate further on tea shops at a later date. Thanks, Wisdom. There's a question to be answered. Your goal is... Why all these questions, though? What? Oh, no clue, but you should keep him talking. It's been silent here for far too long. Thanks, Charisma. Okay. To find the Goblin Chieftain, is that right? You know it to be true. I feel it in my gut. No reply. No feedback. Then the voice asks, what is your political affiliation? Oh. The question strikes your entire consciousness, sending it spinning. Strength. The National Party of Norvik, of course. If you care for your fellow, vote for the Asgalists. The Free Striders, maybe? Then again, you're no revolutionary. Things just move way too fast these days. Elections are ridiculous. Oh... I think I'm probably going to be going for the Asgalists, aren't I? Because I care for my fellow. Life is a struggle to alleviate oppression. The exiles know this well. You have supported them in the past. Time to do so again. The voice is fading. This is the end. The final question. How did you die? Following your convictions. Drowning in the river. Same way you lived. Unable to step out of the uniform. Not for 1 second. I fell into divinity. She took me whole. I died when he died. Stay silent until the darkness ends. Huh. I died when he died. It's a good start. Good opening. Oh, it's me. I fell in a river. This is a very deep river. Oh no. I'm starting to wonder if all the background traits are all true. That it is essentially the entirety of my life, like, history. But every single one of them is actually part of my background. It's just I'm choosing which bit of it is, like, the most important to me.
Oh, on me. Oh shit, they're both on me.
Can I move? Oh, I'm alive. Day 1, March 22nd, 27 PE. That was the date that was above the trait. Okay, so those, yeah, I think that's how it is. Music is quite nice. Music is nice. It's very lovely. Fresh start. Up I get. Your heartbeat is loud, screaming. Your body aches. It's stiff as if you've slept for days. Ready for your glorious quest to continue. Okay. Let's have a look around. Circular stone chamber. Storage for apples and corpses. Why would you store the apples with the corpses? A house of the dead. Your home. Those piles of apples. Is this Tolstad? Oh, okay. I get to click on it and learn more about Tolstad. Tolstad, a sprawling island fortress and one of 5 districts in the city. It sits in the middle of River Torna, home of Jaws Pillar, a sprawling tunnel network, and water lane, the greatest trade hub in Ascani. You are on Tolstad right now. I'm in Tolstad. Tolstad. In the city of what? What city? Ascani? Maybe. Check my stuff. What stuff? Oh. Your hands dart around your pouch and uniform. Panic. Sweat. No spellbook. No mace. Face it, you've been robbed. No mace? No spellbook? Your legs shake, tears begin to form. Deep breaths. Your belongings are surely here somewhere. What's this about a quest? Oh yeah, it's a quest. I got a hit point. Thank you, strength. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting it. Can I look at quest? I can. Quest. A task performed by a heroic individual and/or professional adventurer. Yeah. You're on a quest to save the city. That's a pretty big quest. Earth be blessed. What's Earth? Your god. Okay. DC 1. I have to know it. Earth is my god. Save the city? Do I remember everything? Yes. Everything is off, but your memory is intact. Your thoughts are scattered. Thanks, intelligence. But your mind is fine. Your quest was given yesterday. Remember? The tea shop. The tea shop. The tea shop? Yep. The tea shop that blew up. It'll be a tough one. Might take days. A chance for redemption. Redemption? What did I do? Just a job? Ah, so I've done this before. A quest? I like those. Wait, how much time do I have? So to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up some random tea shop. Okay, hang on. Alright. What did I do? Insubordination. Oh. Inconstancy. Oh. Light apostasy. Oh. The words live inside your bone marrow. Oh. Just a job? So I've done this before. You haven't really. Okay. Your previous experience lies more in some basic Earthguard militia service, as well as a few years at the towers. Who's the Earthguard? Earthguard, the heroes of Norvik, keepers of city law, defenders of humanity, your brothers. Oh, what's Norvik? Home city, founded by your god towards the end of the Coast War. It's built upon several layers of ancient ruins. So that's the city of Norvik. I'm in the district of Tolstad in Norvik. Okay. What's the Coast War? Coast War, the Great War, a conflict between the Arcanists of Reeds as well as every other nation connected with them across the coast. A horrible waste of human lives which claimed millions of lives. There was no honor in this fighting. That you know. Okay. So a world war. A quest. I like those. I like quests. Good attitude. There's always more around the corner, so look out. Don't want to miss any. Yeah, don't want to miss any. How much time do I have? Until the election, duh. Which is in 6 days. I thought it was in 5. No, it's not. What the hell? It's in 5 days. It depends on your definitions. Definitions of what? Time? The Patriarch was very clear. Handle the tea shop before election day. You must honor this request and complete this quest. Time only advances when you make new choices and dialogues. Okay. So to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up some random tea shop. More or less. But you've got like 5 days to do it, so no stress. There's that feeling again. The feeling you're about to enter a path from which there is no way back. No way back? That doesn't sound too good. Can I think about this first? Yes, let's finish this job. That doesn't sound too good. Good or bad? You won't know until you reach the end. It's very ominous. Can't I just not go on the fate will guide me to a... It's very ominous. Oh, you feel dizzy. Oh, dear. The weight of the Earthguard uniform. A dull pain takes hold. Oh. You require healing. You must consume an apple now. Your mind forms a trail from one cross to another. You know not why you stand among these apples, but you know everything else that has gone wrong in your life. You must dig yourself out of this trench with kindness and an ever-brightening love for folk. If your stats are high or low enough, chimes will appear in your mind. They will suggest, inform, and offer unique paths. Trust them at your own risk. Uh-huh. As you do, your fingers touch upon cold steel. It is covering your entire head. Colloquially known as a helmet. Can I take it off? No! Strength 20. You ain't taking that helmet off. No, sir. I wouldn't do that. DC 20? Like ripping off your own face. Not a good idea. Not yet. Can't wait until you do. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I can behold trifle. This isn't yours, is it? An apple looks better than the ones in a pile. I guess I better take that then. Well, I like how smooth it is. Okay, this is my inventory. Questing tree. Journal. Spellbook. This music gives dungeon synth. That's what it's giving. It's giving dungeon synth. Okay, let me move my face down a little bit more. Let's go down here. Hello. That way we can read the descriptions. Okay, so I need to eat the apple. Apple grown on Tolstad. The colors ripple across the surface. Consuming it will save your soul. 1 extra HP. Yeah. Alright, what have we got? Tab zooms out a little bit and shows me stuff I can interact with. Let's have a good look around. Engage. It's a corpse under a blanket. Stare at the blue rag. It's draped over the outline of a someone. Sir, you can't sleep down here. Ah, I see. It must be normal to take naps down here. Check under the rag. Let him sleep. He must have had a rough day. Sir, you can't sleep down here. No response. He's too still to be alive. Check under the rag. Underneath you find the cold corpse of a human. Human, tall and beautiful like yourself, known as the pest of the coast by those who are less inclined to reproduce like rabbits. Thinning blonde hair, unkempt facial hair. The DC difficulty class of a dice choice is determined by how challenging that roll will be for you. Oh, okay. If you select a dice choice, you then roll a 20-sided die. If you get the same or higher as the DC, then you succeed on that roll. I'm good with corpses, right? What do you mean? Like I've been trained to handle them, right? You know exactly what you're doing. Formal training is for people without true talent. Oh right, I mostly dealt with paperwork. A hero is not afraid of getting his hands bloody. Got it, I'm a master of corpsecraft. Corpsecraft? I don't know if that's the word. Corpsecraft. I mostly dealt with paperwork. Paper and ink, baby. Okay, let's have a look. I believe in my non-existent abilities. It makes it easier. Woo! Has succeeded. There's something strange here. This is no regular gentle repose. Look close, but do not move the corpse. Harsh scars cover the skin. Signs of being either a hard worker or a careless worker litter his skin. Cause of death appears to be not directly visible. No blunt trauma either. Considering his age and the shape of his body, this man most likely died of a common disease or internal failure. That's pretty broad. And vague. Yeah. Unless you're willing to start cutting, that's all you'll get. Except... What? There's also a marking on the right leg. A circle with a cross inside it. You recall that it is the marking of PR. Potential revivication. Oh, right. This guy can be revived? Seems so. He most likely died during care, and was granted immediate gentle repose. However, he clearly did not have an RF, a revive fund, nor did he have family members with enough ready cash. Oh, fuck. Oh no, there's privatized healthcare and this cleric fucking... Oh. They privatized resurrection. No! No! I'm sorry, you don't have insurance. You don't have insurance, we can't resurrect you. I'm sorry, but your brother did not have insurance. We can't resurrect him. I'm afraid we have to put him down in the apple den. What the fuck? Or perhaps he was just an unlikable fellow. Who knows? Fair enough. So I could cast Revivify on this guy. Potentially, yes. It's okay to loot him, right? I don't know if I'm gonna loot him. Who was this guy? No revive fund. Yeah, no revive fund. His hands are calloused. He's built like a sarcophagus. He's big, huh? Just a man. A dead man. An honorable dead man. Why is he here? This is a morgue. A lich house, clearly. Corpses are kept on cooling in places like this before cremation or burials. I should stop bothering the corpse now. Come back to you when I have Revivify, buddy. A vase of leaves. Smells lovely. What happens if I trifle with it? Leaves. Yeah. A divine shrine covered in apples. Shrine of Earth. The runes fill your senses as you approach. The color is faded. This monument is hollow, void of all life and divinity. And worse, it's covered in rotten apples. A sacred shrine left in this state? It's an insult to Earth and all its people. These old things are still around, huh? Are these rare? Can I pray here? Kneel. Move on. Are these rare? No. You'll find shrines like this all over Norvik. Can I pray here? To what exactly? To Earth, of course! There are many gods listening to our prayers. Always. Just remember that they might not respond so clearly. Okay. So I can pray to some random god. Earth. I need to pray to Earth. So it's a waste of time? Think about it. I can pray to a random god. You may pray as you wish. There's an internal element to it that is underappreciated. These old things are still around, huh? A remnant of blindness and decay. Huh. It's an insult to Earth. Indeed. Yet you are very much aware that this is not the worst you'll see. You'll have to fight hard to keep Earth's dream afloat. This city is lost, but it is not yet lost. This is giving me a headache. Politics is exhausting. Yeah, it is, but you gotta do it sometimes. Remove the apples. I'm gonna clean it. It does not take long for you to move some of the nasty apples away from the front of the shrine. A small improvement, but big in the heart. The shrine towers over you. You feel small. To cast spells, you must first prepare them at shrines. Prepared spells can be cast when the cleric has a reason to do so, either in or out of dialogues. Each cast expends one spell slot of the corresponding level. What other gods are there? Many. You know a few. Earth, Father of Norvik. Asgul Ashmask, Tokig the Gambler, Bulba the Last Titan. Earth is dead. Dead gods do not speak. Dead, yes, but he speaks through you. You've devoted your life to follow in his footsteps. Okay. So Earth is dead. But I am the new Earth. Asgul Ashmask. Asgul Ashmask was the dwarven god of exiles and egalitarianism. A dwarf of a low caste born deep in the Lechem Miraz tunnels. When he attained divinity in 443 AE, he crushed the kingdoms and formed the Asgul Folkhem Forge. On his death in 470 AE, a great civil war broke out, resulting in the exiling of all his followers to the surface, but his influence was felt all around the Undercoast and above, as his exiled dwarves spread Asgulism to all corners of Jor. Communist god. Asgulism. Okay. His followers do not pray to him, for he is not even seen as a god by most. A weakling who sacrificed his people for an unattainable, foolish dream. Though there are parts of his tale you cannot deny are quite romantic. A lone man rising against impossible odds. No wonder his followers still rampage across Ascani. Ascan, one of 8 bands along the coast. It is a cold, mountainous realm. It is your home, also referred to as Ascani interchangeably. Okay. So, the city of Norvik, the district of Tolstad, in the band along the coast of Ascan. Tokig the Gambler. A trickster, a type of god only famous for his ridiculous ploys. Tokig the Gambler is often seen as a silly goblin myth. A trickster goblin who united the tribes of Ascani during the Divine Era, most famous for cutting off his right hand to fulfill a prophecy. In truth, there are a few goblins who still worship him after the conquest. Praying to Tokig would, if you for some reason would get a response, only result in the exact opposite of whatever you wanted. Mischief God. Bulba the Last Titan. First of many, a Beast of Jor. Beast of Jor, a term for those creatures invited by Jor during the Gate Era, essentially a term for all the extremely old and ancient creatures across the coast. Bulba was that of the Hunt. The last of the Titans fought against dragons in Vorgeni, whatever, died in a Heishi swamp. His corpse spawned many monstrosities across the coast. A lot of his gods are dead. Behemoths who raged across the coast. In his name we celebrate the eternal hunt. I'm done. So you are. Can't I heal here through divine assurance or something? Not precisely. The gods do not usually grant divine interventions for minor injuries. Divine, one of the 3 pillars of magic, it is represented by the sacred, the faith of all folk, their souls, and is granted by gods who once walked among us. Of course you can heal here, but only if you pray hard enough. I'm gonna pray really hard. A prayer of healing. Oh. Even with a +5, I missed it by 1. You focus your mind on Earth's symbol, his red eye. You recite a few words of remembrance before you sense the channeled strings around the shrine. They converge upon you. Mend you. Oh, I got a little bit. Huh. Well, that's something. Sure is. But you sense there is something you've missed. What were those words? The ones you learned at the towers. What's the towers? The home base of the Order of Arcane Clerics of Norvik, also known as the OACN. Order of Arcane Clerics of Norvik. So arcane clerics? Can I try again? You failed already. Now do it for real. It's locked. I need to rest first. And it's a much easier DC now. Okay, so when I've rested, I can try again. Pray. Staring at the chiseled monument, you focus your mind. Take a deep breath and begin your prayer. And tranquility. Okay. Contemplate the tea shop. You let your mind go through the basics of what you know. The tea shop was destroyed in the middle of the day. Minor injuries were reported. Your goal is to enter the tea shop and investigate it properly. That is it. Contemplate the election. The first election. Your vote won't matter. Your vote will be the most important of all. Ask those around you what they will vote for, and you might find your own voice along the way. Contemplate your class. Identity is not easy. It's everything, from faction to home life to street. What you choose might be a first step. Choose wisely. Can I return here when I have more things to think about? Always. You are the only one who is always there. No one ever answers your prayer. Damn. Prepare spells. Cure wounds. To the right, you may view a list of all your available spells. In order to cast spells, you need to first prepare them by approaching shrines, which are scattered around the city. For each spell you wish to prepare, fill in its empty slot to the right. You may only prepare a spell if you have a spell slot with a corresponding level available. Spell slots to the bottom left, you may view your current spell slots. Ta-da! I'm currently blocking it, but you have to trust me, I have 3 first level spell slots. Each circle represents one slot, which you may expend to cast a spell. You may only cast spells when there is a use for them. When a spell is castable during specific situations in dialogue, the spell tile button of that particular spell will be lit up. Spell tile buttons can be found next to your spell slots once you have finished preparing your spells. It's a lot of a word spell. Boom. Finish. It's down here. Cure wounds. Creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your wisdom ability modifier. This spell has no effect on undead or constructs. Okay. What's next? Can I trifle with this? What is this? A tattered cloak. Yeah, okay, I'll take it. Cloak is sprawled upon the iron slab. As you grab it, you immediately feel the dampness spreading into your gloves. It is light blue and tattered, and it was once yours. An Earthguard cloak add-on. It has been ripped to shreds at the base, but you could still use it. Hi, Wisteria. 10 stream streak. Good job. You're really putting in that time. Please don't. This thing is disgusting. Weigh it in my hands. It is heavy. Wring out the water. The filthy liquid falls to the floor of the stony chamber. Ooh. Hi. It smells of salt water. Salt water? I thought it fell in a river. I guess if the city's on the coast, then the river might have salt water in it. 6 adventures, but you've been here for 10 streams. It is heavy. Should I wear this? No. I mean, I am a rogue, so yeah, let's wear it. But I'm not a rogue. I'll think about it. You reach for your fancy red pouch of holding. The cloak easily slips inside into the extra-dimensional space with a satisfying slurp. I really love my pouch of holding. Yes, you are very lucky. These are like 1,000,000 crowns on the market. The Norvikian crown, the main coinage in Norvik. Salty River, yeah, Salty River. Of course, you don't truly own this pouch of holding. It's property of the state. Treat it as such. Equipping items temporarily alters your ability scores. Okay. And in my inventory, I have a cloak. Tattered cloak. It's a stretch to even call it a cloak. Please don't put it on. -1 charisma. But more dexterity. Where do I put it? Oh. Here. Wow, it looks shitty. Doesn't actually give me any benefits because it only gives me +1 dexterity, which brings it up to 7. Not enough to get an extra plus. So, bad to have. Alright, let's have a look at these apples. Pile of apples. Let's engage with the apples. You stare at a pile of apples. Yeah, I do. Apples are good for you. Yeah. Whose apples are these? Not yours. Maybe they're grown somewhere around here? Or below. From the ground. Or from trees. Thanks, intelligence. Should these be stored alongside corpses? No. It's a health hazard. Of course not. It's nasty. Something tells you that no, they should not. Could I eat my way through this pile of apples? You can certainly try. You have a feeling it might be worth your while, but only if you push to the end. You are not capable of carrying such a tremendous burden. It would be greatly beneficial. Start eating. Constitution. Okay. I've got decent constitution. It's a lot of apple. Yes. Remove the bad apples first. Your hands swipe over the surface of apples, carefully plucking away with any signs of spoilage. Eat. Woo! You look upon this challenge with determination. Your stomach is empty. Dig in. Digging in. The first apple goes down the hatch. Going smooth so far. Another one. Number 2 goes well. You chew it in peace. Now the third. Yep, that sure was an apple. Going smooth so far. Next one. This one was harder. Your stomach fights for taste. It is getting difficult. One more should be fine. This is the limit. As you chow down on the apple, you feel your jaw ache, your hands shake. Apple overdose. Dangerous stuff. No such thing, come on. You feel refreshed. For a moment at least. The pile of apples towers over you still. You've barely made a dent. Yes, eat the apple, apple boy. Feel sick. As you feel sick, you see something sticking out of the pile of apples. A piece of paper? No. It is a spell scroll. Dancing light. Ah, the scroll is just for a simple cantrip. Oh well. You quickly memorize the scroll, consuming it into your psyche, as you always do. Some people at the towers used to fear your innate power to master magic like that. Which is understandable, it is pretty terrifying. Cantrips are spells that can be cast at will outside of dialogues. They do not consume any spell slots. You can access your cantrips in the bottom right. Very cool. There it is. I have a little light. That's fun. This is a great little fucking, like, simplified, like, CRPG. I would love to see this, like, this guy, this developer, I would love to see him do, like, a more detailed, like, 5th edition game. Like this, but with actual, like, skills and things. What is this? Divine scripture, where it does not belong! Shield of Faith. Okay. I better memorize that, huh? Alright. I got Shield of Faith. Protecting you from damage. For the duration, any loss of hit points is reduced by 1. What's the duration? How long does it last? Where's my spellbook? Ah! Shield of Faith. Concentration up to 1 hour. Okay, so if I know I'm about to get into something that might be ouchies, I can do that. A very important piece of paper. This one looks good. Let me grab that. But also, hang on, what was that? Oh, it was just me moving. Okay. Alright. Well, let's, take the letter. Voting card. A scuffed voting card made out to Ragnar Hemlin. That's me, Ragn. It's from a dwarven office, for some reason. And someone has checked in all 5 parties of the list. You need to bring this to a polling place on election day if your voice is to be heard. All of them. You pick up the surprisingly thick piece of paper with a shaking hand. This is your future. The card is slightly torn and has clearly been drenched at some point. At the top it says Rostcourt in big bold lettering. 5 days remaining. Oh, right, there's an election. Oh! It was nice to not think about it for once. We've never had one of those before. Neat. We should just get a God King again. Worked great last time. It's time for a damn revolution. I mean, yeah, we've never had a democracy before. Very neat. Finally, your voice will be heard. How does this thing work? After you pick it up at a district office, you only need to check the box of one of the 5 parties. Then you deliver it on election day to a polling place. Although in your case, you'd need to write the name of the party you want in the corner, along with a signature. Since you filled out every box like an idiot. This is your one vote. You should indeed take care of it. Look at the list of parties. Let's learn about politics. Nationalist. Party of Norvik. Party of Norvik, the Inheritors of Earth's Will, a theocratic organization founded to uphold the old ways, headed by magistrates and 20-something noble families. Magistrates? The highest government position beyond the Lord Patriarch. Chosen to rule a district in Norvik for 10 to 12 years depending on their bloodline. Depending on their bloodline? What's for the Lord Patriarch? The commander of city forces and top cleric beneath Earth. The title is appointed by Earth. Currently, Lord Akasam holds the title, having led the city for the past 30 years. He is a withdrawn leader, over 80 years of age, and has put most power in the hands of the magistrates. Okay. Cleric. A servant of a god, typically devoted and spiritually connected. Typically a divine spellcaster given power through their deity. Typical. Free Strider Revolutionary Party. The new way. People in the east have overthrown the old wizards and gods. For years, the revolution has slowly creeped into the city. Now it's time to finally join the free cities and get rich. Capitalists. Asgalist Workers' Party.
No, I was blinking.
The workers who built this city want to rule it. Seems only just. Their vision is of a fair and even society, where those who live underneath rise up to show their worth. After all, why can't we share? Agrarian Rural Party. Those who live off the earth, simple farmers, people of the land, the common clay of Ascani fields. Their political movement has mostly been swallowed by the Asgalists. Huh. Arcanist, Party of Magic. And finally, the last box doesn't say anything. This is where you can input whatever you want, or just leave it empty for a null vote. The box next to each party is filled in with a smudged check mark, including the last empty one. Are these all the parties? Yes, all of them, at least that you know of. Good to know. Alright. You don't look like a living person. Great mountain of apples. I'm gonna interact with you in a bit. This guy, he just won't move. A guy, he looks indecisive. Trifle with the guy. I can take his wisdom tooth. Okay, that's a pickpocket though. I don't want to pickpocket him. Okay, he's a zombie though. You approach a shambling man by the apple pile. He does not acknowledge your presence. He is unaware of you. Let me just stare at him for a second. Glancing at his hood, you catch a blank expression spread upon a dried face. What's your name, sir? He does not even turn to look at you. Why is this man not listening to me? His glassy dark eyes just stare forward into nothing. Wait, is this a zombie? Attack the zombie. Kill! Sir, are you a member of the undead? He does not respond. I found this voting card over there. Is it yours? The zombie does not even grunt in your direction. He just keeps working, slowly. You grip the voting card firmly in your gloved hand. It is indeed yours. Keep it safe. You're very rude, did you know that? I'm thinking of voting for the Nationalists. They've got a good plan for the future of the city. The Free Strider Revolution would be good for this city, I think. Don't you? We need to establish an Asgalist government. It's the only way for us average peasants to not fall back into the oppression of feudalism, or worse, magocracy. I don't have a political opinion, so I guess I don't need this voting card. We need to establish Asgalism. We don't want to go back into feudalism. A government with heart. I have become an Asgalist. Yay. The zombie just keeps moving apples. The social democratic model of the dwarves is ingenious, just balanced enough to work with our human dwarven majority populace. A true working class revolution is clearly needed. Cooperative ownership of the guilds is the first step, just like Earth established with the Norvikian collectivized agriculture. As long as we don't collapse like the original Asgalian Undercoast state did, or the Vizcar system kingdoms, or the three wings of Divinitorum, or the well, I mean, Earth did it. He collectivized agriculture. The fleshy ball plank does not reply or counter your words. Am I boring you? The zombie carefully places another apple at the top of the pile. He does not have an opinion of any kind. What's he doing? The zombie is attempting to clear a path through the apple pile. He's probably been at it for a long time. Should I defeat this zombie? Yes, it is only just. Undead are not allowed to be in Norvik. Oh. Well, hold on a minute. If that's what we're gonna do, I may as well pick him. Oh. I ain't pickpocketing anything. Your fingers fumbling about in his mouth, your grip over the fancy magical tooth slips, and he bites down. Oh no! Ouch. You instinctively move your hands away, but he still gets a quick nibble in. You're in his mouth? Ah! You need to destroy this foul creature. Cease this rummaging through undead maws, please. This is highly invasive behavior. Try to behave. Oh. Sorry. Let me just attack the zombie. I'm in a fight. Encounters a turn-based conflict where each participant takes turns in rolling dice and taking actions. During your turn, you are able to perform one dice action as well as cast one spell of your choosing. The order is determined by an initiative roll. Don't let this shambler get the jump on you now. Yes! Fight! You're quick, you got this! Your turn, show him no mercy. No, stay. Do not make the first move. Why? Oh, for fuck's sake. Constitution. Your body does not listen to command. It shakes, moving back and forth, to side. Fight or flight. Fight! Putting your weight on it, you push the zombie backwards. He attempts to stabilize himself while stumbling around. The slow zombie just stands there. You've got all the time in the world. The zombie is hostile. This undead abomination must be apprehended before he causes damage to innocents. Does that include you? Yes! You should probably try to de-escalate, just a tip. Try to manipulate him? I don't know if I should manipulate him. Grab him, get his arm. I got his arm. Successfully grab his arms. Your thick gloved hand wrap around his frail wrists and keep them stable. He's not getting away now. His neck snaps around, the withered face now facing yours. Yeah, you really pissed him off. You can tell, since you're such a people's person. No, he bit on me. The pain is temporary. This ends now. Your final chance, do not falter. Okay, I get him. Sucker punch. Yeah. That was a close one. Knock him out. Second level transmutation unlocks things. The definition of locked has been stretched over the centuries, but the spell works on most closed containers or entryways. Yes! I knocked out a zombie somehow. Catching your breath, you stare at the now unmoving creature. Justice dispensed. Now go loot him. Get that fancy tooth. Alright. It's a weird tooth. What the fuck is that? A filed tooth in decent condition. You feel a tingle in your palm when you hold it. Okay, I'll hold it. I'll hold that fancy tooth. +1 wisdom. Let me just eat an apple. Basket of apples. Some look okay-ish. Imported goods. The receiver is marked as HWBT. Yeah, I'll take those apples. An almost empty box, except for a stale treat and a pouch. Well, it's a treat. And some money. A crate filled with sand. You approach a crate filled with sand. You notice a little marking on the back with the letters HBWT. The lid has been tossed behind it. Look at the sand. The crate is filled to the brim. It's just sand. Touch the sand. Gloved hand trails across the surface. The sand shifts slightly at your touch. What? Is it growing? Underlined choices are more risky, but might offer more reward. As you attempt to lift your hand, you notice something. Oh. Oh no. The sand appears to have covered it. In an instant. Pulling you down. Wait, shoulder is almost pulled out of its socket. Oh. You managed to keep it from engulfing most of your arm, but in the process the sand grabs onto the front of your helmet. Your face is now sinking. A sizzling groan fills your ears. Try to scream, fight it. I should give up, right? The sand will be a benevolent master. What the fuck is this? You cannot. I cannot scream. There is sand in your mouth. Fight this! You grab the rim of the crate with both hands. But as you put your entire adrenaline-filled arms to work, you feel energy being sapped from your veins. What? I am being sucked out of my skin. As you keep pushing, you realize you could get out at this point. However, then you would have to leave the helm behind. Do I really need to keep the helmet on? Yes, you do. Damn it! Your muscles turn to mush as you stop your struggle. Escape without losing your helmet. Yes! Grab the rim of a crate with both hands. The hazy noise of a head no longer filled with so much blood screams in your ears. I will not die in this crate! Filled with pure fires of adrenaline, your muscles creak and your bones crack. And it pays off. Within seconds, the rock-hard grip... Rock? Oh, a rock. Okay. A gigantic bird. A beast born through esoteric means. There are a handful of them found throughout the skies of Ascani. Has nothing to do with rocks. What's esoteric? The magic of Jaw and his strings. The coast is infused with it. Who's Jaw? The name of our realm. The whole world. Okay. Also the name of the legendary wizard who created it. He died during the closing at the end of the Gate Era. Wizard, a book-learned arcane spellcaster, typically plays Jaw's strings by memorizing and executing esoteric rituals and chants. One of the 3 pillars of magic. It is represented by the forces that make up all esoteric events. Those who play Jaw's strings tap into these powers, programming the laws of the existence around their whims. Okay. Jaw's strings, the ley lines of esoteric power that holds the realm together. Then it drops entirely. You swing your head back, filling your lungs with air, as a trail of sand follows you. Go! Within an instant, the sand saps back into the crate, not a single grain dropping to the floor. You stumble back. Glancing over to the crate, you see its content now lies still, like nothing happened. You should put on the lid to make sure this does not happen to someone else. Am I alive? Yes. Shake my head to get rid of the sand in my ears. It helps. A lot. Carefully put on the lid. You take a very, very careful step towards the crate to grab the lid. Then you place it gently on top. Your job here is done. I've done a great service to the community. That was fucking crazy. A slightly broken standard issue Earthguard blade. I can put this on. One-handed usage, lightweight, crap quality. Makes you feel like a big man, an agent of the state. It's also broken in half. But if you lean tactically, you might be able to hide that fact from your enemies. A tactical lean. A glow glass. Very common magic item. Alright, let's have a good look around. So down, we have stairs going down, we have stairs going up. Stairs going up has light, so it's probably the way out. We also have this path right here. There's a door inside this tunnel. It's barred. Stairs leading down far into the city below. The city below. Leaning tactically. And up we have ancient architecture going up. Okay, let's go up then. Oh, alright. Viskin's lair. Mushrooms, probably edible. I'll take a mushroom. They are not mind-altering. Probably. Plus 3 HP. Okay, what's this? An empty pot. Let me engage with the pot. It's empty. The pot was recently emptied. You can still see remnants of dust at the bottom. There is fear. What? You must grow sturdier. What? Why am I afraid of what? What? The red eye of Earth. Jaw left his mark across the bands. Today is a universal sign of magic. Huh. Your fate. One day. Oh, I don't know if I should loot bodies. Is this my spell book? Is that my spell book? The book is ruined. Most of the pages, while dry now, have been completely drenched. Only a few pages of the soggy, brackenish papyrus pages are readable. They appear to contain some type of undecipherable symbols. Ascani writing, of the most basic kind. Wait. Oh no. Someone has attempted to dry this to the best of their ability. No, no, no! By Earth. This is your prayer book. So many hours wasted. You would have to rebind the whole thing. It is ruined. That'll cost a fortune. A chant book is able to sustain humidity, not underwater excursions. You should have protected Earth's chants more carefully. What a disgrace. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. My special book. You protected his words well enough. The book is still salvageable. That is no excuse. A true man would have done better. True person would recognize when life is unfair, and hold those below him in grace, not contempt. At least a good man would. Excuses. Repent by service. Go now. Onward on your quest. Okay. The stone slabs are designed to slide along the iron beams. Interesting. That is interesting. A thick tome lies upon the iron slab. There are fine and handwritten letters scattered across the pages. While the symbols appear to be readable, you do not understand the language. De verbis draconem ars occulta. The author's name appears to be Calum de Minori. Right, I need to get my hands on comprehend languages. Right, that is a spell you used to keep prepared all the time. Find a spell scroll. Maybe you could buy it somewhere? It's fairly common. No. You have no idea what this means. Okay. Understandable. An open manual for esoteric geometry. You know this already. Can I try for it? Incense. Yeah, I'll take the incense. Look it. No, too much reading. So many books, basic manuals, arcanist histories, novels. Some of them stand out to you as classics. It could be useful to refresh your mind. The books taunt you bookishly. Okay. Take a look at the first page. In these pages I shall endeavour to recount the journey of a mind born to greatness, a will tempered by the crucible of ambition, and a spirit bound to the relentless pursuit of the arcane. My name is Phileas Prax. It goes on to make grandiose statements on his personal abilities in magic. As always, this man is contradictory. He both praises his own natural gifts and mental abilities while stating himself worthy only through his hard work and merit. It's ridiculous. Know this, I write not for the masses, but for the few who possess the clarity of vision to see beyond the veil of mediocrity. To them I offer my life as a lesson and a legacy, that they might learn from my triumphs and avoid the pitfalls that lie in wait for the unwary. You remember the first chapters dealing with his youth and growing up in the ruthless court of a rival house, the Hagenshags. How he struggles against relentless opposition and bullying, making himself out to be an underdog. Power is not born of blood nor inherited by the fortune of birthright. It is cultivated in the crucible of the mind, refined by the fires of discipline and sharpened by the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Let those who seek to rule first learn to kneel before the altar of wisdom, for it is there that true strength is forged. Yet he does not address his own privilege. If it is only merit, then he should not have needed any of those fancy private studies or lecturers. Stop complaining, the story is just getting good. Glorious design. Let those who learn lead, through merit of ability and nothing else. Flip through pages. In the second half, Prax begins to talk about his early political career, the intricacies of magicratic bureaucracy, how he learned to play the game well enough for himself to reach a dictatorship as the youngest magicratic ruler ever. The rest is mostly a collection of meditations surrounding magic and power. Strong leader, with clear intent. The esoteric, in its purest form, is neither good nor evil. It is a tool, a force to be wielded by those with the intellect to do so. Yet let us not be so naive as to think that our power alone grants one the right to rule. The arcanist must also be a statesman, for the whims of unchecked magic can lead even the wisest astray. Govern with an iron hand, but let that hand be guided by the principles of reason and justice. Thus shall the state prosper, and thus shall the legacy of the magocracy endure. Ironic. In the halls of power, the arcane shall be our shield and our sword. Yet remember this, the arcanist's duty is not only to himself, but to the state and its people. For in the endless pursuit of knowledge, one must not forget the price of ignorance. A vigilant mind is the guardian of civilization, and a vigilant state the fortress of progress. Let no shadow fall upon our vigilance, for in the light of our knowledge lies the path to true dominion. The final parts of the biography focuses on an ever deeper and more rambling side of ruling, with hints of paranoia. This is way too much reading. Why would you open a book then? You're right, shut the book.
Oh, shit.
Folktales. The Trill Sisters book shows you an index of several tales, many of which you heard growing up. Stories for children are useless, do not waste time here. Out of the tales you see the one you remember the most. The one about the gnome and the titan. The story always spoke to you, mostly because of the unlikely friendship between the two. Read a little and a large. In the old days, when dragons ruled the skies and titans wandered the earth, there lived a gnome named Abacus, known far and wide as a half-wit. Whether by fate or folly, he often found himself in the oddest of places, and so it was that he stumbled into a deep valley of Ascan. This valley was home to Ka-Emor, the Mist Titan, a colossal being with fur as thick as the ancient forests and limbs that clutched the very mountains. His upper body was hidden in, or perhaps made of, the swirling mists that filled the valley. But on this day, the valley was not the serene refuge it had once been. The air was thick with ash, the rivers ran black, and the trees stood as charred husks. Asuth, the ancient red dragon, had set the forests aflame, hoping to drive Ka-Emor from his domain and claim the fertile valley for himself. Ka-Emor was furious, his great form trembling with rage as he searched for the source of the destruction. His eyes fell upon Abacus, who was wandering aimlessly, his tiny mind more puzzled by the sudden darkness than anything else. To think that the coast was filled with these beasts of jaw at one point. They reigned harshly and wildly. But it's not hard to see why some preferred their chaotic dominance to the tyranny of dragons. Continue to the verses. Thrick-lum chum, who dares bring fire to where none should come? Ashes taint my sacred mist. Speak, small one, lest you be missed. Abacus looked up, squinting through the fog, and scratched his head. Fire? No, I've no fire to share, no flame do I bring, nor ash to bear, for in the dark I see clear as day, 'tis those who can't that need the flame, they say. Thrick-lum chum, what nonsense from your tongue does come? Who is it that needs this blaze, that blackens my mist and dims my days? Well, question thee who needs a flame, to light their path and stoke their claim. Perhaps it is Asuth the king, whose fires to your valley bring. Thrick-lum chum, the dragon's days are surely done. Guide me, gnome, to where he lies. Together we shall dim his skies. Wonderful little tale about the little and large. The story goes on to wax about the friendship sparked between this eldritch titan and the silly little gnome as they sought out Asuth on his throne. The ancient red dragon then falls to the titan's might after Abacus accidentally guides him to the correct location. One of those classic stories every child in Ascan is told growing up. Folktales. Collected Chants of Norvik by Patriarch Pili. This is a printed edition of Pili's work, but still old. Probably came from the earliest Norvikian printers. The first page, a short message is hand-scribbled in the corner. My belief lay in the collected humanity of Norvik. May you remember that from this collection with honor and grace, Pili D. Is this a handwritten message from the second patriarch himself? Protect this book with your life. This is a sacred artifact. Fascinating. To think the Pale Man held such a treasure on his shelf. I don't know who the Pale Man is. I haven't met him yet. Reaper forward. Dream of unity under Earth. The book begins with a lengthy essay about the foundation of Norvikian cultural values. It's really like a guide, if anything. On what a Norvikian person is, how their values come from various tribes in the old country, and how together they have formed something greater under Earth. You read this before, but you do get a better sense of what this all means now. It is, in some sense, a plea, a stern suggestion for every human in Norvik to lose any sense of former tribal identity. To embrace a new one, a Norvikian spirit. To give away the old and embrace the new. It is not a completely bad move. To unite a folk is to build commonality, to lower inequality. Although, of course, there are many direct ways the state at the time made sure that the old did not remain in the shadows. Violence and oppression at times. The text directly explains how a new Norvikian culture will help the city grow, and fight against inequity and injustice through unity. Mainly by being generous and not hoarding wealth, among other things. Then finally, it does touch upon the connection with dwarves as well, and how the Norvikian spirit is not contained within humans only. It is not just blood, it is sweat and tears as well. Those folk who unite with us will not be seen as an other. No, they too are Earth's folk. They too are Earth's guard. It's a long ass forward. Lovely sentiment. Indeed. This is something to live up to. Yeah, it's pretty decent ideas. Just maybe don't, quell the idea of different cultures. You can be both united under Norvik while still retaining your original culture. That's normal. That's allowed. You can be both one thing and another thing at the same time. Torna's lament. I went with you to foreign shores, my lord, my guard. I pray you keep from harm the beasts, each shard a proof of your devotion. Thus I give myself to your folk. I give my life for a home at the river, in that slither of land. To vanquish the beasts who roam, the evil who lair, the fires that burn. To build a life along the river. Every shepherd knows the song, it bellows up the river. Earth lives in that sliver of land. It is your favourite. Looking upon the title once more, Collected Chants of Norvik. This is a really great book. It is. This book does not deserve your toxic presence. Aww. If you were stronger, more capable, then perhaps you could have carried that weight. What? You really want the book? One day it could be yours. This is very confusing. I'm just putting back the book. Let us forget this for now. Incense. Okay, I better have a look at the Pale Man, huh? Viscan local mortician. Behold! Hey! I get to see his character sheet or something. Oh, well, not all of it. Human reeds folk, Viscan local mortician. Level 17, entrepreneur. The Pale Man handles corpses in a basement, a typical self-employed city contractor. Remember hearing about this man. He used to be a dentist and a surgeon. Huh. Okay. Pale Man sits hunched over a stack of forms, busy at work, his pencil slowly filling out line after line. On the top paper you see an icon of a serpentine drake. Its symbol. It's on a lot of official documents of the city. That is the great perch of Norvik. The drake-like sea creature found along River Torna. Earth was known to tame these creatures, and eventually the great perch became the symbol of his great city. Up and about, are we? Wonderful. Death. This is death. I'm Viskin, local entrepreneur and proprietor of this lich house. It appears you don't really belong here, but if there is anything I can do, cleric, just let me know. He smiles at you. Yet his eyes say something else. His voice is oddly familiar to you.
You got me. Thank you.
Dimly lit and damp, a musky stench lingering in the air. You see books and flasks, stone altars around the circular chamber. There are several corpses present. Did you save my life? He puts down his pen. Your life is your own. You owe me nothing. However, I'm afraid to say you've been through quite the turmoil, cleric. I died, didn't I? Those fishermen who brought you here certainly thought so. Eyes of the working men do not deceive. Not that I blame them. You weren't exactly in prime condition. You never are. River take ye. They caught you in their net, believe it or not. Such a strange tale.
They also have an Adam now.
How did I end up in the river? Not a river. The river. I'm afraid I don't have much to tell. Perhaps you fell off one of the bridges to Tolstad. I would never fall. It must have been an assassination attempt. I must have slipped. Happens all the time. Perhaps there is an esoteric explanation to all of this. I probably did slip. My dexterity is dog shit. All the time, he repeats. I can confirm. The pale man glances at the ledger next to him. 5 cases this year alone. Who were these fishermen? River gilders, I believe. Did not look like poachers, so my guess would be that. Find them. They hold the truth. Okay, you got it. Where can I find these fishermen? Ponders your question. I did not ask for names. Sorry to say. But perhaps Water Lane? That's just a guess. Or is it? The largest trade port in Norvik, located in a massive tunnel piercing the centre of Tolstad, it is a so-called marvel of dwarven engineering, and it's the reason so many people commute to Tolstad over the many bridges, considered as one of the great crafted wonders of the world. Either that or the local tavern. I hope you find them. So I am, in fact, alive. The pale man stops for a moment. Looks you up and down. Yes. I believe you are. Alive. Once dead. I have some other questions, I think. Do you know? There's a zombie in your basement. Oh. How quaint. That's not an appropriate response. Apologies, cleric. We're closely connected to the city below. The undead seemingly wander as they please. Short for the city below the city, a phrase used to describe the incredible amount of tunnels and ruins below Norvik. Lots of monsters and stuff down there. Also riches if you delve deep enough. However, I will have to take this up with the Lady Sageleaf. I put good crowns for HWPT protection. The Halfway Bridge Tribe, commonly called the Halfways, one of the 3 goblin tribes in Norvik and arguably the most influential, despite their small size, led by Lady Miska Sageleaf, with their headquarters in the Goblin Garden on Tolstad. Dwarven-built citadel, sitting at the southernmost tip of Tolstad. It is now a goblin sanctuary and greenhouse. Okay. Goblins. Short and green, got claws and fangs. Little monsters. They got 3 tribes in Norvik and are considered somewhat civilized. He's lying through his fancy teeth. Oh.
Oh, thank you so much.
No, I don't actually believe you. What do you mean, cleric? He must be punished. Prepare to attack. The zombie is clearly working for you. That is illegal. I greatly apologize for putting you in this situation. It is my neglect that led to this undead creature entering the tower. I will make sure to tighten up security in the future. No, you're... Ost. We will do a clean sweep of the basement this evening. Get ready. Kobold gives a screeched yell. Yes, master! I'll make sure to report this to both the HWBT and the militia. You're clearly doing something shady here, so... Of course, I'll be sure to ask for a thorough inspection by the PCG, the Pest Control Guild. One of the oldest guilds in Norvik. They're supposed to keep monsters at bay and clean up any unwanted critters across the city. These days, they are so bogged down in requests from citizens of the city that they usually have backlogs for months. If there's anything unbecoming about my business here, it shall be uncovered and unveiled. Thank you very much for your service, cleric. It is because of great men like you that the city still stands. I'm sure a good word to your patriarch will ensure a promotion of some kind as well, especially with this great work you're doing on the tea shop. This... Make him quiet.
That Jeff is talking a lot of shit. Goodness.
Ah. If the pale man blabbered on, you attempt to gather your thoughts and make some kind of point. Come on, just open your mouth and say something, damn it. I think that... I agree, and whatever compromise we do end up at, I feel lucky to have had your expertise here on this day. Who knows what would have happened otherwise? Stop muttering, just say it. I'm trying! At the top of your lungs. Your screech echoes through the chamber. For the first time, you see a genuinely baffled expression appear on his face. Just yell, I'm trying! He keeps staring at you for a few uncomfortable seconds. And he says, Cleric, with all due respect, perhaps you should see a professional. Oh. This comment hits you in the heart and soul. The pale man has an overwhelming authority. I believe we are done with this particular topic. Anything else you needed? I'm gonna figure out what's weird with this guy. I'm gonna figure it out. Godlike. Oh, wait. Glare at the pale man who keeps working on his documents for approximately 2 minutes. Oh my goodness. Eventually you feel stuck in your thoughts. I don't mean to imply I know more than an honorable Earthguard member, my good cleric. However, you must certainly have more important things to do on a day like this. He's correct. Maybe you can get back to this later. These checks are unlocked on a long or short rest, or by spending shards of yore. But a roll with a very high DC should probably be lowered before attempting again. 30. I need to learn more about him. For our assistance with some things. Of course, cleric. Anything for the city. What do you know about spellcasting? Quite a bit. He seems wary on the subject. My prayer book is ruined. Yes, I noticed. You should speak with Shen down on Water Lane View, a bookbinder. It'll cost you, but he could fix it right up. As a cleric, you obviously only need your faith to cast spells, but I'm sure a spell book won't hurt in the long run. Can you teach me magic? A slight smirk creeps onto his face. I sadly don't have time for a proper lecture at the moment. After the election, I could make time if you're interested. Beware, his tutelage holds great evil. Until then, you are free to browse my collection, he says, glancing at the many books along the western wall. And of course, here. A copy of Charm Person. It will surely be of useful to you. That's a great shortcut to charming people, although you got to be careful with the fallout, if you care about such things. That's all I have to ask. Very well. If you want to practice, feel free to cast anything non-lethal on my servant Ost. Wow, that's evil. Treating a servant like that is despicable. I don't want to do that. In fact, it sounds quite awful. Fair enough. Just remember that spells are terribly useful when applied properly. You called me cleric. I did, yes. I am the cleric. Why do I have to be anything? The pale man shrugs. I suppose labels are constricting, but we're all something, aren't we? What gave it away? He stops for a second and glares at you. The facade drops for but a moment. A heavily armored man in Earthguard colours, with a prayer book on his hip. They might have found you in the river, but you're clearly of city stock. I am indeed the cleric. Good for you. Your purpose is here. You serve the city as a cleric of the river. Although I'd love to ask, what type of cleric are you? Type? Yes, if you're a clergyman, you might run a congregation for a local religion or deity. Holy man on a holy mission. Then there are the clerics of the bureaucratic variety, city officials speaking for the religious state. You, however, must be an arcane cleric. No, I am the chosen one. I did get spoken to by Jor. I am the chosen one. The pale man stops and ponders your response. Chosen? For what? To save the world. An eyebrow raised, almost like he takes your statement seriously. What a good person you are, cleric. One step at a time towards total domination and justice. Good luck with that. It's all the help I need, thanks. I'm going to go. Before you do, make sure to collect all your belongings. What belongings? Quite a lot. Your uniform, your cloak, and also a voting card? Peculiar voting card. Every party had been marked on it. I'm assuming it's yours. Yeah. Sorry, I'm indecisive. The pale man ignores your comment. I asked Ost to lay the surviving pages of your spellbook to dry over there, he says, and points across the chamber. He then looks at the pocket watch on his desk. That is an esoteric pocket watch. You may have it, cleric. It will surely prove useful to you. Esoteric pocket. An area overtaken by esoteric magic. Exceedingly rare along the coast. The further inland you get, the more common they are, with the infinite wastes being theorized to be filled with nothing but. Term for naturally occurring magic caused by the shape and form of Jor's realm. Something sometimes called wild magic, or Jor's discord. Beyond that, you should be good. Do I have any weapons on me? None, I'm afraid. They must be at the bottom of River Torna. The second longest documented river along the coast, splitting the band of Ascani in half. Damn. You'll have to pick up something new. Maybe a warhammer. Good. You do not need arms in the city. You need heart. Got it. Pale Man turns his face towards you and smiles. Unnatural. Wisdom's got you pegged, Viskin. He knows what you're about. If only every government employee were as devoted as you, cleric. Good luck on your quest. His words burn a hole in your heart. When exploring the city, you may move faster by running. To do so, either double-click or hold shift for left trigger. I run. Alright, give me my watch. It gives you advantage in esoteric events. It appears there. Isn't that fun? Helm, practical face, do not take it off. No, I will not. You have a chest? Shards of jaw. I guess I can just take the stuff. The smell of salt. Hello, Ost. Dexterity, huh? I'm not gonna be able to get a good look on this guy. Nope. He's a kobold. This one is quite hostile. Stay on your feet. That's all I get from him. Wriggling his little clawed feet, the kobold follows your every move with cold, unflinching yellow eyes. Even the small blade can fell a giant. Watch out for this one. Master say you behave. You don't tell me what to do. I did, just now. Fair enough. Yes. I have some questions for you. Short question. Go. Who are you? I am Ost. I am security chief in Lich House. Kobold appears proud. There is no humility in his voice. Strong little one, nearly immovable. You're kobold. Not question. Next. Let me save the question. Yeah. Change goals quick. Are you a kobold? Do kobolds exist? Am I a kobold? Kobolds, what are they good for? What are you voting in the upcoming election? That's my single question. Can I ask something else? What are you voting for in the upcoming election? Angry Human Party. But they hate kobolds. No, they do good. Strong men lead. Bright tomorrow. Shocking, perhaps. Although it takes a special kind of creature to vote in some kind of pragmatic selflessness. This is a good kobold. Very good kobold. He has principles. Tell him he is a good boy. You're a good boy. Thanks, he mutters, his words oozing with disdain.
I just look up and see you in the fucking air.
Am I a kobold? No.
Can't see.
Are you a kobold? Yes. Okay, sweet. Alright. Human done the question. Do kobolds exist? Yes. Kobolds, what are they good for? Many things. Shooting human for one. That's my single question. Can I ask something else? Okay. How did you get this gig? Not gig. What is it then? I am devoted servant for master. You're angering the kobold. Keep going. So you're a slave. Not slave. And your master is Master Viskin. And he owns you. Not own, serve. So you're being paid. Yes, paid well. Must be very well for such a fierce devotion. The pressure of keeping what meager food and shelter you can scrape together with your salary is no different from serfdom. Mourn this pitiful creature. Mourn. He gives you an expression that could be described as a frown. That is, if it looked in any way different from his regular expression. You wouldn't actually shoot me, would you? No promise. It's hard to take you seriously when you're so cute. You have a license for that crossbow? My crossbow, not yours. It's not legal for you to steal a crossbow, for some reason, I think. The crossbow's yours. I apologize. I can't legally take your crossbow. Better do. Mine. Can I borrow your crossbow? Human is kidding. Not funny. For whatever reason, he must have been ordered not to hurt you. Don't push it. The kobold snorts. Go away. Don't let this slide. Just take the crossbow. That wasn't a question, it was a demand. I'm not gonna. Where were you when the tea shop incident occurred? Incident? Tea shop blow up. Boom. Big boom? Big, big boom. When it happened, I was on Water Lane. On mission. A mission? Not mission. I meant to say errand. What were you doing on Water Lane? Milk. Doing milk? Deliver. You deliver milk. Yes. Side hustle. I want to know a lot less. Ask questions about the milk. The kobold stares at you. Where does the milk come from? Cows. And where do you get the cow milk? Market. Just cows? Just. Who buys the milk? Humans. Water Lane humans. They pay many for fresh milk before dawn. The expressionless, cold-blooded kobold is hard to read, but his body language does not exactly scream honesty. It pays. Do kobolds produce milk? No. Do you like milk? No. Milk is a form of pure vitality, nature's most precious liquid. You've acclimatized your gut to the unnatural consumption of another species' milk, like an enormous babe clinging to its mother's teat. I also don't like milk.
That's the biggest argument I'm missing.
You're missing out. Kobold doesn't seem to crave the white liquid despite your comment. Can I have some milk? No. Valiant effort. I don't have anything else to ask about milk. Okay. Milk curious. Thank you. Yes, thank you. This knowledge will be very useful. You probably shouldn't look too deeply into this. There's probably no money to be made in milk, right? Thank you for your time, kobold. Oh, okay. I make connections. Democratization is about the vote. I have unlocked the ability to ask people what they are voting for. I need to ask. I must ask. At least 20 times. Okay, 10. Class conflict. I've declared myself the cleric of Norvik 2 times. It's a grand title, suitable for a true human cleric like yourself. After your river adventure, your old spellbook is ruined. 300 pieces. You encountered a corpse in the lit chalice that seems fresh and ready to revivify. It would cost quite a bit of money to bring him back. Almost a month's rent. You were brought to the lit chalice by some fishermen, but how did you survive your plunge into the river? Okay. Let's go back down. This game is very neat. I do like it a lot. It feels good. What's down? Oh goodness. City below. Must be tasty. More of that swamp extract. Okay. Let's vamp. Taking a step forward, you touch a thin cord. Something soft latches itself around your ankle. A contraption is now in motion. There is no time. It is a... Huh? Oh. Oh. It tightens around your boot. With a violent tug, you're forced to the ground, hitting the back of your head on the steps. Before you can even react, your entire body has been dragged over the edge. Flail and scream. You're falling, but not far. With a painful snap, your descent is stopped, and now you're simply left hanging. That's bad. Seems like I'm in a bit of a pickle. You don't say. How long can I hang like this? Not long. Your skull is pooling. Within minutes, you will lose all control of your mind. You see how it's connected to a series of pins wedged below and in the side of a stone walkway. Next to you is a hanging rock. It acts as a counterweight. No time. Let's go. Oh, for fuck's sake. Deep breath. You heave yourself forward, grabbing the rope attached to your ankle. Your muscles strain. Pain. The weight is too much. You've been hanging here for too long. Oh! You must try again. Your quest cannot end here. Fuck me. Deep breath. Nope. Nope. Blood in head. Keep trying. Oh, finally. Final deep breath. You feel the numbness spread as you heave upwards, one gloved hand grabbing the rope, then another. Through sheer power, you pull your entire body weight upwards, climbing higher and higher until you roll over the edge. Your fingers dart around your ankle, desperate to remove the latched rope. You rip it off and toss it to the side. Free. Safe. Alive. What kind of evil piece of shit makes a trap like this? Maybe someone who wants you dead. A hunter, maybe. You realize you've been holding your breath. Your lips are probably turning blue. Breathe! I need to breathe! Air fills your lungs. You are alive. Extremely sturdy rope. Thick. Soft to the touch. Do not know the name of this material. Must be exotic. At the knots, you see a series of burned-in letters. Someone's left a message on the ends of the rope itself. Behold, Bulba Slop. Bulba Slop. Kraid. Creepy. I probably shouldn't go down here just yet. What was that check I could do? It was this one, right? There's something here?
What is happening?
No?
They're so mad.
Potentially, yes. Though the question is more akin to why should you? Third level spell slot is a valuable resource. Why waste it on some blue collar corpse? That's terrible. If you can, always save a life. Or bring it back. There's always the right choice. Of course it isn't. Ignoring the fact that you cannot simply spend your power on any old fool. There are also a million outcomes to a resurrection that could lead to a negative outcome in the world. Despite your good intentions. Good intentions build a better world. Perhaps in your foolish alignment system, but not in reality. It's okay to loot him, right? Yeah. As long as he doesn't wake up or anything. If you can suffer the loss of moral integrity. Not like the guy will complain. But don't go around talking about it too loud, okay? It would be dishonorable. Only take that which you need for your quest. Alright, what's he got? Apples. I need it. Money. I need it. What was it? This? The healing. Right. The healing. Right. So I can take a short rest to be able to do it again. Now I can try it again. And still succeed. Great. Good. Focus your mind on a symbol, his red eye. Do you remember the words? Chant, watch upon me, earth, shepherd of his folk. You're filled with a spirit of nostalgia and power. Let me pick up the burden. Lend me your strength. You feel reinvigorated. This is it. This is prayer of healing. Yes, indeed. Sadly, we are unable to cast second level spells at this time, but it won't be long until you will be. Great. Voices upstairs and the smell of salt. Tolstad, Central Norvik. Dwarves! Aw. Well, he's an exiled dwarf. He stands by his ideals of gut and little else.
Okay, TT, I see you. I like having my backups.
Simi and the boys. Ooh, a good roll. Dwarf exile, level 2 factory worker, devoted to Asgol. Gives everything he has to support the cause. Second son kind of person. Lives in the shadows of greater men. Follows the Asgol way, not due to choice, but due to indoctrination and tradition. He wants to live up to someone. His father. A patriarch? The older dwarf puffs out his chest as you approach. Stout, short, hairy, loves to dig and build. You know the drill. Drill. They built the most of Norvik and have a long history with the Earth folk. people of Earth, the ancestors of those who reconquered the Ascani coast, true mythological heroes. Fancy helmet, city man. He speaks in a short and quiet manner, as if he's scared of his words actually being heard. Dwarf behind him laughs. Stand up for yourself. Thanks. My mom got it for me. Oh. It's a lovely home. She has good taste. You made him feel bad for making fun of it. This is not an evil person. Around the amphitheater's scene, you see a number of dwarves hard at work. They're constructing a banner of some kind, carrying a bright green flag. The banner of Asgol, the fool. One of the dwarves stands to face you with a furrowed brow. He appears to be in a staring contest with the orc on the other side of the theatre. Oi, Mr. City Man, he calls out as you approach. We've made it clear already, we're not moving, not one bit. He shoots you a shit-eating grin. This dwarf gets extreme pleasure from telling you to fuck off like this. That's no way to greet the cleric of Norvik. Just passing through, dwarf. Oh, is that so? Guess I'm supposed to grovel. I feel like you're not going to. No need to. You see, you hear the other dwarves laughing behind him. Nothing illegal going on here. Nothing at all. He's only saying that because he's had to defend himself quite a lot lately. Wait, that must mean he's doing something highly illegal. Stop him! Oh, great. I was worried there for a second. He looks you up and down. Yeah, okay. Great. Very great. Now, who are you? Name's Alphaz of Ban Emvers, foreman in the Asgalist movement of Norvik. One of the leading members of the Norvik Asgal Council. Sometimes called the NAC, this is a group of foremen or forefolk guiding the Asgal movement in Norvik. They lead workers' union movements, Asgal rallies, and the entire Asgalist Workers' Party. He's done more good than all of you Earthguard combined. A true speaker for Asgol. Thanks, Simi and the boys. Damn, that's a lot of good. Simi exaggerates. He gives the older dwarf the stink eye. I'm also not in any way proud of my heritage. Nobility is just a poisonous hierarchy. He grins. Just wanted to make that clear. Don't mention the whole noble thing. It'll just piss him off. Unless, you want that. About this, Asgol. What about him? Asgol Ashmask is a very controversial figure in Dwarven myth, as well as history. I like him. He seems cool. Like? He's Asgol, the great, the kind, our liberator. I apologize. He is cool. Yeah, very. I've got to ask though, is this a religion? Most certainly not. Is it a cult? I don't know who you've been talking to, Mr. City Man, but let me assure you Asgol was no god or demigod or anything related to it. He was a simple man with a dream of a fair and just society. Nothing more. Ouch. Sore spot. He is infuriated, but not because of you, but because he has defended this position many times. You boys setting up a play or something? We're holding a rally for the cause. This evening, workers across Tolstad will gather to hear the word of Asgol. He turns towards the orc. And no one's going to stop it! You hear laughing coming across the theatre. Papers, Alphars? He grumbles and turns back to you. So, what do you want? That orc lady sure is annoying. That's putting it mildly. So, it is forenoon, I get the lads together, and when we arrive, that cursed woman is standing here. Ugh. She starts complaining. Reaches for something in his pocket and takes out some documents. We show her the papers. And the papers are no good, she says. Bah! Real convenient, I say. No, there is nothing wrong with these papers. We are in our rights to speak out against tyrants and burghers. They are. Bureaucracy. So she's wrong about the documents? Of course she is. She's a liar, that one. A filthy liar. Alphas nods and grunts. Terrible liar. Can't even get the words out. He knows she's right about the documents, but doesn't want to admit it. A bit macabre to hold a rally on top of a morgue. Morgue? The dwarf grumbles to himself and glances over the lich house stairs. I thought it was a dentist. Fair assessment. No matter, the Asgol movement is not afraid of death. You hear laughter from the orc behind you. Big words, Alphas. The dwarf grits his teeth. Damn orc. So what's this rally about, exactly? He grunts. Guilds! For decades there's been collective bargaining between the Norvikian workers and the city guilds. Say what you want about Earth, but he kept a tight leash on the upper class of the city. Damn right he did. Yeah, but look, it ain't the same since his death. The Free Striders have burrowed into every darn power structure, from paper boys to bookbinders. In less than a dozen years, salaries have stagnated and prices have gone up. They say Free Striderism would make the city rich. I say it makes its people poor. We need change. So you're here to convince a bunch of Tolstad workers to vote for the Asgolist party? More or less, yeah. But it's also about the spirit of community. Together we can fight against the purchase of our labour. Alone we are as brittle as a twig in the... The older dwarf pipes up. A twig in the wind? No, it's not good enough. As brittle as a twig in... a fireplace. Points you. That's good. I like that. Anyway, the rally will be a success. We just need to get rid of that orc. So we can call out to all workers of this magnificent city. He exclaims as if there was a crowd around him. Vote! Vote with your guts! With your manhood at stake! You too, Mr. City Man. Can I see the papers? Gives his companions a glance. Why? Oh, I'm dumb. Oh, I'm very dumb. I want to help so bad. I want to see who's in the right. Come on, I want to screw you guys over. I want to so much. Never mind. Don't worry about it. About the rally. Okay, I've already done this. Alright, have fun. Something's inside this old vase. Incense. Alright, what do you want, lady? Oh. Agent Vera, a traveler. She is not settled here. On the edge of the ruinous amphitheater, you see an orc sitting on one of the many loosened stone blocks. It looks like she's waiting for something, or someone. She hides it well, but the orc is stressed. Perhaps it has to do with the dwarves. Exuding an air of authority around her, the large woman gives you a wry smile. Her tusks are gleaming. Not just physically imposing, this orc knows how to exert power in other ways as well. You spot the merchant's mark on her jacket sleeve, a heart with the initials of a Norvikian Freestrider regiment. What's this? Not often we get Earthguard around here. She presents her palm to you. Vera is my name. I am second in command guild agent of Tolstad. Nice to meet you. Yes, the handsome orc lady wants you to say a name. Make sure she knows you are a cleric. Do not grab her hand. That's not what that is.
No one's in. Their heels are down. They have no heels.
I'm Helm.
Nice.
I'm the cleric, actually. Apologies, not Earthguard. Cleric. I assumed the term was interchangeable. But I suppose you're not all esoterically attuned. She accepts your annoying correction with a smile. Probably means she sees you as no threat at all. A mere puppy. She shoots you another smile, waiting patiently for you to say anything. What's the deal with the dwarfs? Oh, them. Complicated as anything. I wouldn't be sitting here wasting my precious day if it wasn't for them. But in short, they're holding an unlawful assembly. And they won't let me take a look at the document proving it. Not frustrating at all, she says and winks at you. She telegraphs her sarcasm heavily. This is useful when communicating with slower individuals. Explain it to me in detail from the top. The words leave your lips as if you've spoken them 100,000 times. It's all just an inconvenience. Her eyes say a pain in the ass. These lovely Asgalists have decided by themselves to hold a rally here on this lovely little circle square. Unfortunately, they need a permission of public gathering or a PPG. They do not have a proper PPG. And you're just sitting here because... Simple, really. These dwarves are ignoring my call to disperse, so I am here as a witness. If they do not leave by sundown, they will be fined and or get arrested. Why don't you just come back at sundown? I would if it wasn't for the fact that I need to witness the entirety of the trespassing. Since they were served during the morning, if they do not disperse by sundown, they will be inflicted with an entire day's worth of fines. I'd have an assistant do it or a secretary, but we're stretched thin as it is with the election coming up. No, I'll just sit here and smile politely. Arrested by who? She gives a smug grin. You, perhaps? The monopoly on violence here in Tolstad is more of an oligopoly. It'll be a roll of the die to see who gets employed to handle these rude dwarves. Maybe some goblins. The city of Norvik also allows us to employ mercenaries for extra legal enforcement. But the company likes to avoid that in most cases. As you can imagine, mercs tend to lack that finer touch. This woman loves to talk. There is something shady about this. Do it yourself. She laughs. I love your high opinion of me, but even I cannot wrangle a dozen dwarves all at once. Or however many they are. Hard to keep track. They seem to almost spawn out of the ground. Sounds like trouble. Trouble would at least be exciting. This is just dull. If only I could get my hands on those PPG documents. Then I could simply hand them over to the city and go home early. Or rather, head back to the office and complete the orc size. The draft of a marketing meetup. Sorry, I've got a lot on my plate. You're being manipulated. Be careful. Good luck. Yeah, thanks. I'm here on important business. Business, you say? Fascinating. Perhaps I can be of service, cleric. For your business. Where's the goblin chieftain? Lady Sageleaf. Just head down these stairs. Good luck getting an audience, though. By moving your head to the side and using your eyes to look south, you see a garden of some sort. You can see a goblin or two on the ramparts. Is she busy? Sure hope so. Took us months to get in a room with her to discuss some renovation in the holes. The holes are a common slang for the central spire of apartments in Tolstad. The lower ones are less fancy. If she's not busy, she's a bitch. Dragon of Tolstad, my ass. She catches herself from releasing any more profane comments. Anything else? She looks annoyed now. What do you know about the tea shop? The tea shop that blew up, she says dramatically. Sounds like a magazine tale. I heard it was an accident. The Post mentioned it in passing. Minor mishap, I believe was the official quote. Although, from what people tell me, it was quite the explosion. Quite. So you weren't in the area? No, I was on the North Wall. Company business. One of 5 districts in Norvik. Known as the Industrial District for its many factories built along the river. This is where you live. I live in North Wall. Sign of an outsider. She calls it the North Wall instead of just North Wall. She looks inland. Term for travel towards the endless waste, away from the coast. I did see the smoke. It was a clear day. What do you think was the cause, cleric? If the city says it was an incident, then it is. No comment. She raises an eyebrow. Hold on, are you here to investigate the tea shop? She's a free strider, so why run? Stand against her! She has no right! Yes? Really now? No, say no. No. But actually, she says, holding out her hands. Nice weather we're having. Are you here for the tea shop? You look lovely today. Thanks. Are you here to investigate the tea shop? I am here to do business with the tea shop, the one that blew up. A master of speechcraft, you can do nothing. Sneak away. I am here to investigate the tea shop. Interesting. I'll be honest, I assumed the city would just ignore it. But they sent you. Perhaps it was a secret. Should we have stoically avoided the question better? Sort of a giveaway. Clearly someone thinks this is an esoteric mess if they sent a cleric to look into it. Why would the city avoid sending a representative? Because of the election, of course. Look, Tolstad is a highly volatile district with lots of extremist ties. I believe this tea shop acted as a sort of lightning rod. So when a place like that blows up, why would any faction spend resources investigating it? Might even seem like a blessing to some, to cleanse the city of its filthy holes. Jesus, Strength. Calm down. Especially when those resources could be spent on trying to win the terribly important election. While some might see it as corruption, I'd classify it more as simple, boring, but ultimately harmless bureaucracy. What exactly have you heard? Blew up? Fireplace incident. Bullshit, of course. Most likely a rogue spellcaster. Well, I'm here now. Sure are. Good luck, cleric. If there's anything the Ascani Reed's trading company can do to help you out, let me know. You can usually find me down in our HQ on Water Lane. She smiles in a way that completely breaks down your defenses. Looking forward to seeing you there. Kind gesture with ill intent. I'm done discussing business. You wanted to move on to more casual topics then? Politics, perhaps? What about you? Little old me, I'm an open book. You are a strong and physically imposing woman. Attempt to flirt. Where are you from? She doesn't answer you at first. Instead, she looks away from him and smirks. She's thinking of messing with you. You mean because I'm an orc I can't be Norvikian? She says, looking at you with a stern expression. You know what I mean. I do, she says, giving you a warm smile. I'm from Blood City Bay. I ran with the war bands when I was a girl. Powerful warrior here. Took me all around the coast, she explains, far from the cursed plains of Feltire. A land of elven ruins with magically fertile lowlands in between. In its center sits Blood City Bay, the largest city on the coast, built out of the corpse, or rather just the head, of Gorgorian. Cool. We were hired during the Third Revolutionary War in Reeds. When it was over, I stayed behind. As she speaks, you see her eyes glimmer. All those memories coming back to her. She's seen a lot. Those were the days. What's it like being an orc in Norvik? My kind is quite rare, so... some sadness. Loneliness. You feel terrible for her. The occasional comment does sting a bit. I've gotten used to it. How nice of you to ask. I know what it's like being discriminated against. You do? I'll be damned if you don't mind me asking how exactly. None of these options seem good. I don't know what the Holy River Order is. Members of the Holy River Order are a minority in this city. Technically true. Best kind of true. She laughs and sighs. Cleric, you truly are an enigma. So you're working for the Free Striders. I don't work for the Revolution. It's just a revolution. I work for the Ascani Reed's trading company. We promote the Free Strider ideals in Ascan. Currently, we focus on making sure this election process goes smoothly, along with other economic concerns. I enjoy working for them very much. Perhaps not so much on slow days like this, but alas. I like the election, but you're going to lose. And any decent Free Strider would be happy with that outcome. It's about the process, not the outcome. Not to pry, but if not Free Strider, what are you voting in the election? It's only a few days away. Asgalism! Earthguard and Asgalist. What a combination. I'll be honest, this is one of the reasons I took this job. Speaking of individuals such as yourself, hearing what they have to say. So thank you for that. She's being genuine. Oh, that's nice. She might be capitalist scum, but at least she's open-minded. covers her mouth and tusks with a hand. Mm-hmm. She's trying not to laugh. You got one shot. She's bedazzled by her confidence. Don't fuck this up. Do it. Climb that mountain. This is bad. Tell her she has nice tusks. Bet you can carry me around like a straw doll. You bet your sweet ass. Few men get that privilege. She's desperately trying not to laugh. Sweat, tremors, be wary. This could end very badly. She's thoroughly entertained by my antics. I'm going for it. No! Your mind is blank. Literally, there's nothing that comes to mind apart from the base desires of that aspect of your psyche we don't talk about. I suppose it's time to let it rip. Just go wild. I don't care. There's nothing that can be done anyway. Lost cause. Bottoms up. Orc women are better than human women. Do you want to wrestle with me, a member of your holy order of the River of Norvik? Please. Go down on your knees. What? Cry. Oh. Oh no. Do you want to wrestle with me, a member of the Holy Order of the River of Norvik? She stares at you, mouth agape. Finally, the orc composes herself and says, you know, I'd love to, but I'm kind of busy. Okay, thank you for your time. Okay. This doesn't feel good. You've left me speechless. Claps her hands together. Well done! Not often that happens. Now that we're done with that, do you have anything else to ask at all? Yep. Okay, go ahead. Oh. Silly me talking about myself all the time. What about you? I'm not important. Stare off into the distance. Saying it like that makes you sound anything but. Nod your head and leave. Ugh. I fumbled it. I fumbled it. Former ale barrel. Well, what's in it now? Money. I think it's gonna be time for me to stop, but I am enjoying this. This is a good game. Eggs. Tucked away bird's nest. Ascani gulls, perhaps. Can I engage with them? Got some eggs in it. You spot something shiny below as well. Appears unguarded. Just don't climb out there, man. You'll die, like for sure. I don't feel confident to do that. This is a good game. This feels good. That's an imp reading a newspaper. Wow, I fucked that up super bad. I learned nothing about it. Goblin wall art. So I can wear helmets. Can't change the like outfit because it's like my uniform or something. But I can put accessories on top of it. Okay. That makes sense. But I'm gonna save. We're the cleric. And we're gonna continue this another time. But this has been fun. I've enjoyed this. I'm enjoying this. We still have a lot to go, I'm sure. I believe there's 5 days. And we're only halfway through the first day. We have a lot to do. So, I'm gonna get out of here. And we will continue this another time. Thank you for coming and hanging out. We might do more World of Warcraft on Saturday. Really interested in it? Me too. This has been very, very interesting. It's a very odd, like, feeling setting. 'Cause it's like... aesthetically, it's your standard, like, D&D, right? Medieval Renaissance kind of vibe. But they're all doing, like, modern stuff. Like, there's newspapers, apartments, they're having political rallies, like, workers' rights unions, like, things that are contemporary in culture, but placed into, like, fantasy trappings. Very strange, but I like it a lot. But yeah, we'll go and skedaddle and have ourselves a nice time. I hope you all have a good night. Good night, everybody.